What's up, D&M crew? Welcome back to our channel. You guys, it's been a minute. I think it's been like a month since we filmed a video. Maybe more. Since this whole quarantine thing, we've kind of just been MIA, and you guys have been asking us questions about where we've been and stuff like that, so we're gonna answer that and just, I don't know, life update.
Obviously, a lot of you guys have asked questions about why we've been gone, and so we'll just touch on that right away. Honestly, just haven't really felt the drive, the motivation, and we've been like, you know, having trouble figuring out ways to get that motivation. And honestly, when that happens to me, when I just like feel like I'm losing myself, which I think a lot of us are, you know, like life is just changing and whatnot, I need to read. And so I've been like reading nonstop and just been trying to like keep my mind busy and stuff. So filming has not been one of my main priorities.
That's really understandable. You have been reading a lot. You've been ordering lots of books. For me, I feel the same way, and I've just kind of lost the inspiration of filming because, I mean, during quarantine, like, we've been home all the time and we don't go out that much anyway, but I haven't been able to see my family, so that's been really sad for me. Like, I haven't been able to hang out with them, but you know, we vlog a lot, so it's like we go out and do things, but now we're just sitting at the house, so it's like, why would anyone want to see me like do the dishes or eat breakfast, or like, that's literally what I do, or like Mitch said, read a book. Like, why would you guys want to see that stuff? So for me, it's kind of been just hard to think of videos that would be entertaining for you guys and that I would enjoy sharing.
Because we plan videos based on like what we're gonna go out and do. So like we don't go out a lot, but what we go out to film, and we like to travel and film that. And we had plans for my parents to come down here in April. We had plans to go up there in May. We had plans to go up there again in June
for a wedding.
We wanted to go to Colorado again. I mean, you guys know we don't like to stay still in one place at one time. And I think we've just been a little like overwhelmed by the sense of change that's happened. We've just been like trying to find it again, find some sense of like balance again. Things are looking up more, you know, maybe it's because we're in Texas where things look a little bit more normal, but that's, you know, that's just a little bit of why we haven't really been filming, and you know, just where our head's at with everything. You know, we gotta stay balanced ourselves, and we just did not have the motivation, the ideas, the desire to do any of that. So
unfortunately, because I love YouTube. We both love YouTube.
Love YouTube. Yep. We would like plan ideas to go out and about and really like challenge like our box of just comfortability. We would go out and experience stuff just for the sake of getting a good video. And then that was done. And guys, we were doing so well too. Like, you know, another part of this, like, we were working out and going to the gym in March and stuff, and we got like 2 weeks of it in before this stuff said no. So like, we just were like, we're really down. We thought that we were progressing really well in the past life pre-coronavirus. Right?
BC 2019, before coronavirus.
And now we're just getting used to post-corona and that life. So, you know, we know that we let a few of you down and stuff like that, and kind of went MIA, but we, you know, like we said, this isn't even our job and stuff, so this is very just much recreational. Recreational. That's
it's a hobby.
It's a hobby. And you know, we just had to, like, you know, I still have my work and stuff, so I've been dealing with that too, and stuff's been stressful.
It has.
And so you're just not in the mindset. But now we are, and so we will get to the questions now. We just wanted to touch on that before we got into it.
Yes, we did. So you guys asked us some questions. Let's see.
When is Mitch gonna propose?
You guys, I swear, one person asks this on every single video we post, and I don't know. It's up to him, and like, we talked about it.
Well, honestly, before all this, I told her that we can start looking for rings and whatnot, and that was in March, when we didn't think that any of this was going to happen. Now we can't look for rings, and
I mean, we can look online, but like,
still, I want to see it on your finger and
I know,
stuff.
me too.
You know, so Just wait till this gets sorted out. What have you guys been doing while on lockdown, shelter in place? How are you guys managing rent and food?
Oh.
That's good. Those are two good questions. So what have we been doing? Like I already said, I've been reading.
We've just been reading.
I've been reading, taking notes, doing like Audible stuff. Right now, I'll show you my butt. Right now, I'm reading this, and I'm also listening to a little Audible thing by Joseph Campbell. It's about myths and whatnot, so I've been keeping busy doing that stuff. It's been really cool, honestly. I don't know if I've ever said this before, but my goal in life is to write books, is to be an author. Nonfiction and fiction, I want to scale both sides. So I don't know if I've ever said that before, but yeah, that's like one of my big goals.
Yeah, good. I like that.
So I've been working towards that.
Reading and writing.
Yep.
For me, I've been doing kind of like house decorating, I guess you could say.
Yep.
Not anything major, but I will update you guys in like a separate video on the new stuff we got. But we got new rugs, we're sitting on our new bar stools, and just some things like that. So we've been doing some house
shoe
projects.
rack.
We got a house rack. We got a shoe rack, and I'm obsessed with it. I don't know why.
It's nice.
A freaking shoe rack.
No, it's nice when you walk out of, with how the room is set up and stuff. When you walk out, you just see it there instead of a cluster of
shoes and.
I was about to say. A cluster of shoes. And so it's just nice seeing it all nice and put away and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I bought a printer as well, because I've just been like, there are like weird times where you're just like, I need to print this out, and then you're like, I don't have a printer, and then it's like, well, I can't go to the amenity place in our apartment to print because it's all closed down. So I bought a printer.
Library.
Yep. Or the library. Can't go to Barnes and Noble. Like,
you can't go to Barnes and Noble.
Well, I couldn't. I couldn't. Like during lockdown.
Oh,
like, guys, I love books. Like I love being around books. I was so desperate that I stopped at the book section in Target, and Target doesn't even have a book section. It's like the worst array of books. Ever,
it's like, I don't know. It's kind of childish.
Well, it's just popular books in general. Like the books I don't really like to read anyways. How are you guys managing rent and food? Like I said, I've worked. The stimulus checks have helped a little bit.
Oh yeah.
We've upped the antes for our food budget when we go grocery shopping. So before it was like 100 to like 130. Now it's like anywhere from 180 to 250, you know.
Don't say that. Some of the stuff is like, it really is essential stuff.
Well, well, it's bulk stuff now. So instead of going like, you know, every 5 days, we're going every 7 to 10.
Yeah, exactly.
And it varies, you know, so from what we need. You know, if we need paper towels, suck. I hate buying paper towels. I know,
it's so expensive. God. Paper towel and bath tissue.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah, but paper towels you buy so much because you use so much. It sucks.
And we go through paper towels super quick for some reason.
Yeah. Rent and food, we haven't had to worry about too much, thank God.
I guess I should mention that I did get unemployment, so that also helped a lot too. So
thankfully I've been able to keep my job, and there hasn't really been any worry about that. So we've been good on that. How have you guys been dealing with it? You know, like, put it down in the comments. How is the new apartment? Someone asked. We love it. We still love this apartment. The only downfall is the
little loft area above the bedroom, so it's like cut out. So when Mitch wakes up before me and I'm still sleeping, he makes a lot of noise.
No, I don't. I make a little bit of noise, but she can hear it, so she thinks that I'm making a lot of noise. Like I have to make coffee, and you have to like open the fridge, and that's a lot of noise, and you have to take out the water, and that's a lot of noise, and jumping it in there, and that's a lot of noise. And you have to close the coffee thing, and that's a lot of noise. You can just hear it. That's the downfall. Like, we don't make a lot of noise. It's just you can hear the noise whenever it's made. Because I like actually make sure that like I set it down as quiet as I can.
You're being as quiet as possible for me. Thank you.
Yep. And the same person said, "How's the quarantine?" Can we just say it sucks?
Yeah,
because it really sucks.
But Texas is reopened. Like,
yeah, we're in phase 1 of the reopen.
Yeah, and then next week, hopefully we'll open in phase 2, which will be even better, just because more stuff will be open.
Phase 2, our amenities actually open again at our apartment.
Yeah, but I feel like everyone's gonna be like rushing to the gym and stuff, so I don't want to go like the first day.
We'll go at night.
We'll go at night.
Do you still like Texas?
Yeah, I personally like Texas more now that we live in this apartment. But I feel like we only got to experience like the true Texas experience for the first like 2 weeks of March because of the whole quarantine situation. But yeah, when we lived in Frisco, I did not like Texas as much as I liked it when we like vacationed here. I was just like, I hate Texas, I hate these people. But now that we're in a different city, in a different apartment, it's much more quiet, much more enjoyable, and I just love the area that we live in so much. Like, I just love it over here. So I like Texas. Obviously, there's some cons.
Frisco definitely sucked. And here's where I'm at with Texas. I like anywhere, but I actually, the next question this person asked is, do you miss Minnesota? I have been missing Minnesota for several reasons. Because although she says that she enjoys Texas,
I miss the snow. I miss 4 seasons.
Well, no, not even that. We can't go outside because Miss Yahoo over here.
What? I will strangle you. Don't put this on me.
No, you're afraid of bugs, and you're definitely afraid of the snakes. And we were out disking one day.
The worst day of my life. No, I'm just kidding.
And we were on the 3rd hole next to the woods.
And like a river stream.
Yeah, and there was like a 3.5 foot, 4 foot snake that like slithered next to us and stuff. And we ended the disking early because of it.
You guys almost crapped my pants. Like, I'm not lying, my heart was in
and see, you say you like Texas, and I'm just like, I want to be places where we can enjoy the environment and stuff.
Absolutely.
And there are certain people who can be out in nature and see a snake and then maybe even like film it and like, whoa, it's cool and stuff.
Okay, but
she's
I'm
not
not
that person.
used to that.
As I was saying, you're not that person.
And it was a big snake.
Yep. And I don't see you ever becoming a person.
No, I will never be okay with that. But that doesn't mean I don't like Texas. You know, I like Texas not for exactly the nature part. Like, I miss that about Minnesota.
Yeah.
I miss the 4 seasons. I miss the snow. I miss being able to go out into the woods and not fear for my life because of a snake.
Yeah.
I miss there not being cockroaches everywhere. I miss there not being spiders everywhere. But I like Texas because of like the amenities, like the entertainment.
Yes.
And I mean, we can't do that right now, but like that's why I like Texas.
But I'm just gonna say this too. I'm gonna put you on blast.
Oh.
When we had a couple cockroaches come on the house.
Is that normal, you guys? If you live in Texas, is cockroaches in the house normal?
Right.
Like,
We slept
I've never seen
on the couch. We slept on the couch for what, 4 nights?
4 nights, because there were cockroaches in our
we saw them in
closet.
our closet. A couple of them were in our closet, and we slept on the couch.
At first, we didn't know what they were.
Yeah.
We just thought they were like.
I was pretty sure they were cockroaches, but I didn't want to say that in front of you. And we slept on the couch for like 4 nights in fear of cockroaches being in our room. And I'm just saying, you can like the amenities and you can like all this other stuff, but when you are like limiting your life for fear of the environment, you know what I mean? Then you have to start wondering, is this the right environment? You know what I mean? Because in Minnesota, we were sad about the winter, but we didn't cower in fear over it and sleep on the couch because of it, and we could still go disking and stuff like that. And because hey, the weather is great, but we can't go disking because there's snakes everywhere. You know what I mean?
Okay, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I still like Texas for other reasons.
No, I know.
You're making it seem like, no, you don't like Texas because of these things.
I'm saying you can like the amenities, but amenities are everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it may not be the same type of, Tex-Mex type, restaurants.
There's no variety in Minnesota. Like,
no, but I'm saying other places, right? And if I had to put on a scale, like if I put like the goods and bads of Texas and the goods and bads of Minnesota, the bads of Texas that you are afraid of would...
Snakes and bugs.
Snakes and bugs, and those are very big fears. You know what I mean? So that's my input. I like Texas, but I'm also just like, I don't want to go lose my disc in a field of whatever, and then, you know, be afraid of going in because, like, the snakes.
You're not afraid. I'm afraid for you.
I don't want to get bit by a snake. So, like, I'm not going in a field of like where you can't see anything, where like the snakes might be. Right? I'm fine with them slithering past me, like in the open field, because I know that they're afraid of you just as much as you're afraid of them. But like the grassy knolls, you know what I mean? Like that's like their domain, and they'll just, you know.
Yeah.
So exactly. I'm fine with walking amongst them, but not in their home. You know, and so I don't want to do that. You know, I feel just thinking back to Minnesota, I feel way more comfortable there.
Yeah, 100%.
Where I can go in any woods, anything I want to, and there will be nothing there.
Yeah, maybe like a garden snake or. Like,
and you know, that's nothing. Like even if I got bit by a garden snake,
yeah,
you know, that is nothing. You just pull it off and throw it. You know,
I'd rather be surrounded by things that I can see. Like honestly, don't mind bears, don't mind coyotes, foxes. I can see those things and avoid them, but snakes and like chiggers and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
So that's what I'm
saying.
That's what I'm saying. The South is full of those things.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm not sure if we're just like...
We're not used to it.
Yeah, I know, and I'm not sure if we can ever be. You know, because I'm a Minnesota boy.
It's a way of the life.
I know that. Like,
I do miss snow. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I miss snow. I just don't miss the super cold and the drawn out winters.
Yeah.
Like,
are y'all still living in Texas?
Yep.
Yes, we are. Are you guys okay? We're fine. Yeah.
Are you guys okay?
Please tell us y'all are still together. We're still together. Are y'all going to stay in Texas or move back to Minnesota? This is despite everything that we said. That's a good question because
we've had a lot to think about.
Yeah, that's been up in the air with everything that's going on.
So our lease is ending in like 4.5 months.
Yep.
So we have to decide within 3.5 months whether we're going to stay here or not, because we have to give a 30-day notice, I think it is. And we have been deciding if we want to go back to Minnesota, do we want to stay in Texas, or do we want to move to Colorado, or like what? Like we don't know what the next thing is. So.
Yeah, Colorado was our dream no matter what. It was never a for sure thing that we were going to go there. But Colorado's definitely our dream place. Texas, with what's going on, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. We don't know if there's going to be a second wave. You know, some people are talking about extending stuff into 2021.
What?
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, what extending?
Just like lockdowns and stuff with, I don't know if there's going to be a second wave or whatnot.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Nobody knows. And I'm not going to guess. I'm just like saying everything that I've heard. And, you know, with that being said, it may be smart to go back to Minnesota where we have more of like a reliable cushion to kind of be supported by, meaning my house back in Minnesota. I don't know if come next year I'm gonna have a job. Basically, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so there are decisions of moving back to Minnesota that may be beneficial to us, but we just don't want to. But it still needs to be considered and stuff, you know. Yeah. There's all these things going in to consideration. So right now the plan is not to move back to Minnesota, but we'll see how things go. I really
don't want to move back to Minnesota. But we've been doing like a bunch of pros and cons lists. Like we have this big whiteboard over here, and we'll just like do pros and cons comparing if we stay in Texas or if we go back home to Minnesota or if we decide to move to Colorado. Like, it's just a lot. We've been talking about it a lot, and it's a lot to think about, and we're gonna have to make a decision sooner than we think. So.
So that's that. When will you go back to work, Destiny?
I am going back to work next week after hopefully the governor continues with phase 2 of reopening Texas, which just means like restaurants and stuff. More restaurants can open, they can function at a higher capacity and stuff like that. I think I'll just be safer. I mean, I'll feel safer and less anxious that way, because that means that even though the cases are going up, that hospitals and death rates are kind of like, we're not overall in the hospitals, right? Yep.
Were you able to find another job yet, Destiny? She was never looking for another job.
Yeah, I didn't look for another job.
Yeah.
I did receive unemployment, which is super nice.
Yeah. Yep. So you said that it could be challenging having one income.
We thought it was going to be that way at first. I was freaking out.
Yeah, but the stimulus checks did really help for that month. So, and the last question is, what's the reason y'all been MIA? We touched on that already. We'll end with it again. We just haven't been in it.
Weren't feeling it, y'all.
When things change like that, you just like lose yourself. You like the balance that you had, and we've just been regaining that back and trying to get reacquainted with living life at home like a hermit.
Yep. We've actually, no, I was gonna say we kind of been getting out more.
Yeah. So we used to just like actually love going to Target and stuff, and now it's just like the biggest headache in the world.
It's so stressful. I'm like scared.
Yeah, I hate leaving the house. I hate seeing people with masks on even, just because it reminds me of like the eerie times that we're living in.
Yeah.
And so it's just like very stressful, and like sometimes being in here kind of makes you escape from all of that, but then you're in here so much, you're like, God, I need to escape from this, And then,
it's all about, I guess, finding that balance.
Yep.
We've been going on like car rides, or we'll go on a walk. We have gone on a walk with my family at a 6 feet distance, but I have been able to see my family once, so that was really nice. I don't know, like I said, we've been trying to find that balance, trying to gain back our normal life, which is super hard.
Or a sense of normalcy, something.
Exactly.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this life update, because we have been gone for a while, as we said. And we enjoyed being back. I actually felt really good in this video, so that's a good sign.
Like, weight lifted off our shoulders.
Yeah. We still always think of you guys. We're still always reading the comments. We've actually, for some reason, oddly enough, have still been growing subscribers through this hiatus.
Low.
Yeah, this low.
So welcome new subscribers.
Welcome new subscribers. We do plan to do more videos, but
we're not going to be on like a schedule.
For right now, simply because we don't know when the inspiration is going to strike.
Yeah.
We don't know when the motivation is going to hit. We don't know when the video ideas are going to come, because I don't even know what day it is right now,
Wait, we'll film and post when the rush of inspiration ideas come to us.
Unless, of course, this becomes our day job, then I'll gladly do it every single day.
Right.
But with the added everything else onto it, other jobs and whatnot, it's just the way it is.
We hope you guys enjoyed this video. We miss you guys so much, so we're super excited to talk to you guys in the comments. And like we said, no posting schedules, so we'll see you when we post again.
See you when we see you.
Stay healthy, take care of yourselves and your families, and we'll see you guys in our next video.
Peace out, guys.
Bye, guys.
And I don't mind.